Hello, guys, and welcome back to a 4 p.m. update on this cloudy Thursday afternoon. Um, we do have a lot to talk about. It will be mainly focused on that next week system, and oh boy, did it get bad. So let's get right into things. And first, I'm gonna take a look at what's going on today. Zoom into the northeastern US. Alright, right here. Regional. I'm gonna go region by region. First off, we're gonna start off in our classic tri-state area, northeast. We're gonna start to see rain fill in our area. Mostly rain, snow up north, but I'm expecting this all to be rain in New Jersey. No snow. It just keeps on continuing. It's gonna be a dreary day for Friday and today. And then once we get to Saturday, we start to clear things out with a couple scattered snow showers. And then Saturday night, it's just clear. We don't see any kind of clipper system, no kind of like snow really. There might be something on. There may be some kind of snow shower on Monday, but I'm not expecting that. Now, and honestly, it's pretty quiet. So now let's take a look at the Midwest, because it's pretty much gonna be the same thing. We're gonna go region by region today. Midwest. Okay. So there's a bit of a system down to the east. There's really nothing much going on, though. I'll tell you that. There's nothing much going on. There might be a couple scattered flurries around near the Chicago area, which will be a little bit exciting. This clipper system, like this very small area of showers and snow showers, might reach down all the way to southern Ohio, and it continues to go south to that, which is quite interesting. Or maybe North Carolina gets on some snow this year. And then after that, it gets pretty warm. And honestly, there's nothing really happening. And it just gets warmer and warmer and warmer. And then this low pressure system forms. And then that's a thing to talk about in our next part of this video. Well, I want to look at the Mid-Atlantic, because this is interesting, because let's see. So we start off with some rain today. It's pretty much gonna be rain, no snow. But you see this little diver down south? You see this diving down south? That's quite interesting, because it keeps on diving south, and it's showing snow in West Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, even North Carolina. And watch this. There might be snow, and it could accumulate a little bit in West Virginia. And then it just really dies off. Really nothing is left. It all changes to rain once it gets to deeper into North Carolina. And honestly, after that, it's just really quiet. It's just really quiet. Okay. So we're done with the boring, plain old stuff. Now let's get into the more concerning stuff of next week. So as you can see, for this whole entire week, it's going to be very quiet. High pressure is really taking over the U.S. Once we get into Monday, we see the storm try to form off the west coast. That's not the storm system. And then this throws snow deeper into Washington. Obviously not Seattle, but there's a lot of snow and rain out to the west. And watch this low pressure. 985. That's a very strong pressure. And that's not pretty good, because there's heavy snow out to the west. atmospheric river setup for California again. Watch this, another low pressure system forms, very heavy snow, Sierra Nevadas. And this low pressure just keeps cranking. And I mean, we get out to Tuesday next week. There's very heavy snow. In fact, this is not that common to see two low pressures like this. If they collided into each other, oh boy, this is not good. But you see, look how warm it's gonna be next week. The warmth is all the way to Minnesota, and it just cuts right through New Jersey. It gets even warmer. That warm air surges all across New Jersey. And it just gets warmer. It surrounds the whole entire Northeast. And very heavy snow here across the central U.S., like Denver areas, mountains, Minnesota, very heavy snow. 985, I bet there's going to be a lot of snow with that. But you see this warm air intruding into all of the eastern U.S. And man, once we get into like Wednesday, oh man, that's not the severe weather yet. This is just rain showers. Okay? And you may think, oh wow, it's just rain showers. So, well, Alex, where did the severe weather go? See right here, this, we're gonna zoom in right there. We're gonna go regional, and we're gonna go to the Midwest, Ohio Valley. Look at these showers and thunderstorms brewing up. Wednesday, Thursday. Oh man, it is brewing up. It's not as intense as yesterday, but look, it eventually evolves to a squall line, and quite strong to a fact. And oh my goodness, man. Okay, so you see this like transition from lighter yellows to like dark oranges. That means a strengthening low pressure is happening. Like a dynamic phase is happening in the storm. And basically, that's what you have happening over Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. We're going to be have to worry for damaging winds and tornadoes. And quite, in fact, intense tornadoes over Thursday next week. This is actually Wednesday evening. Squall line just rummaging through these areas. And once we get even further, this squall line gets even more potent. And look at these lines. These red lines right here. Oh my goodness, man. Look how sharp the cutoff is. It could be 70 degrees here, and it's 30 here. This is something very impressive. It starts to weaken overnight. But watch this. It re-strengthens back up. And it goes out to the eastern U.S., East Coast. Now, let's take a look at the Northeast. Because everyone is wondering, why are we going to get severe weather in the Northeast? Oh my goodness. It's like a wild run. Because it shows like a squall line with heavy thunderstorms like before this. And look at this. There's snow on the backside. You can see how drastic this is. And I mean, yeah, you do get that squall line in New Jersey. Like, really, you do get it. It's not as strong. That's a good thing. I don't think there will be much of a tornado threat in this area, in the East Coast. But definitely a damaging wind threat is existent. It's possible. There's a potential. And then it wants to throw back some snow shower activity. And then it just gets really cold after. Now let's take a look at the Euro. Because the Euro is much more impressive with this storm. In fact, let's take a look at the national view. We're going to go out to that time frame where that storm forms and you see these showers and supercellular thunderstorms just clashing through a 985 and a 979. And oh boy, this scenario is bad. Like, oh no, you do not want to see that scenario. You wouldn't want to root for the GFS if you don't want to see that severe weather. And I mean, watch this. Right here, it's surging closer and closer to Jersey and to our area. We're gonna zoom into this area and watch this. Watch this. It just gets absolute rummaged through the whole entire East Coast. And this is something I'll tell you. So we're gonna take a look at the regional view. Let's take a look at the Midwest first. This is Tuesday afternoon. We see some showers and thunderstorms trying to spark over. Snow on the backside. Very warm temperatures. And it's cold as hell behind this. And then, I mean, once we get to Tuesday evening, these storms just get fired up. Supercellular, which means they're single cell. That means they have a potential to produce rotation. So, something to watch. This just becomes a bona fide system. We're gonna zoom down even further to the south, Ohio Valley, and you can see what exactly happens. It's a very intense line of storms. Very intense. And we get even further, it weakens just slightly, but still a threat. And then watch it re-energize back again to the south. It re-energizes back. And we go over to the northeast. Our dear friends in the mid-Atlantic and northeast. Let's see what happens. These are the showers and thunderstorms. These are the prefrontal showers that we're going to keep a consideration. Because these showers and prefrontal storms might stabilize the atmosphere. So, it means that maybe the severe weather won't be as bad. But if this isn't here, oh boy, man, it's not good. We do see this squall line weaken, but it still has that echo shape, bow echo, so severe weather is possible. And even if it doesn't show up on the radar right here, I really do think that we will get storms on Thursday. It's just there might not be as widespread, like a consolidated squall line. I think it will be segments of it where it will be severe, and some segments will be not severe. And this is where the heating and daytime heating and sunshine and convection comes in play. I think southern Jersey and central were the best chance to see some that big time convection on Thursday. I mean, I can't say that we can't have it for the northeast or northern Jersey, but I think it's just gonna be way less. Like down to the south, there's gonna be a lot of convection in play. Okay. Well, it definitely didn't look as concerning as yesterday, but still a real big time threat is looming. Yes, I figured out how to pull up the vorticity map. So let's take a look at that. Right here. Okay, let's zoom out for the whole national view. This is Tuesday morning. Vorticity is relatively weak. It's mostly a positive tilt, just like I said yesterday. Tuesday afternoon, yeah, you start to see some of these storms fire up right here in this line. Like you see these blues and purples. Yeah, those are the storms that we're gonna have to watch. Ignore all of this, because this is not associated with that. We don't see a very well-defined vorticity with the low pressure yet, But let's go even further, and oh my goodness. That low pressure you can see is right here. Very well defined. And look at this line behind this, man. I mean, it's long stretching severe weather potential. And then we get even further, and this low pressure is dead center, like over the Great Lakes, and this just perfect recipe for severe weather to Texas, through Arkansas, through Kentucky, through Indiana, pretty much the whole entire U.S. And you go even further, oh my goodness, man, this line becomes, you see this bow shape right here, right? That means there's a squall line associated with this. When we go even further out, man, we're gonna have to watch this, because it still shows a squall line right here. Well defined. Not as strong as yesterday, which is good. But I can't say we can't have severe weather next week, because it just looks so, like, possible. Like, you know? What I want to look at, have the temperatures cooled down from yesterday? That is my curiosity. So, we get to Tuesday afternoon, we warm up to the 50s. Huge warm up across central US. That's the daytime heating I'm talking about. Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, and then we get to Thursday morning. It's really cold. And then that daytime heating happens. And I mean, we're gonna have to watch this, because this is nuts what it's showing in New Jersey. So I want to specifically zoom into the Northeast and show you what I mean by very unusual. This is the Northeast, and these are the temperatures for Wednesday time frame. Already 56 degrees at night. This is at night. 56 degrees. That is way above average. Wednesday afternoon, pretty much 54. When we get to Wednesday afternoon, we start to see 64, 63, 62. It's warm, I'll tell you. And the reason why I'm saying the Northeast, I think they'll have less of a severe potential, because they're lacking the ingredients. Like, look, upper 40s, like barely 50. I think we would downgrade this threat right in this area. But right here, like New Jersey, South, I mean, it's going to be something to watch. But definitely what I see, these temperatures don't get as warm into the 70s. But it still gets to 65. So, what this tells me, and the dew points to support this, they're not as high, but still, they get to 53, and then they just drop. But the dew points still surge up well into the 50s, and we could look at a potential for 60. Now, what the GFS shows, we're going to see it right now. The dew points for Wednesday is way stronger, 54. And I think once we get into, oh my goodness, once we get into Thursday afternoon, we get 55 of a dew point, which is pretty darn humid and strong for thunderstorm activity. 56, 58, and we even get to potentially 60. So definitely a little bit more bullish. And I'll show you the temperature for the time frame. I mean, it's heating up. I mean, already you got some Thursday morning, 60 degrees. 60 degrees. And we get even further out. 63 degrees for this whole entire area of New Jersey. Much more intense with the heating across I-95. 66, 67. We get to 70, possibly, in this little area of New Jersey. This is what I'm going to have to concern about convection. 70 down south. And then it cools down after that. Like, it really does cool down a lot. Like, this is a lot of cold air surging behind that. That's like upper 30s. And then at night, again, like, look at these temperatures. It's very cold. Yeah, I mean, it is warm during the day, but it's frigid cold at night. So, I'll tell you that. But what I'm noticing, these temperatures are still pretty warm. They're not as hot, but they're still pretty warm. And what I'm noticing, the dew points have come down just a slight bit. They're not in the 60s anymore, but they are still in the mid-50s. So that's still a concerning look. And, I mean, I got this update from this SPC this morning, in fact. And let's skip to day 4 to 8. And I saw this. Look, there's a risk for day 6 and day 7. And that the fact you see predictability too low for day 8, that's for the eastern U.S. That's for the severe weather in the eastern U.S. And once I saw this discussion, I think the Storm Prediction Center is starting to get on this idea. Right here. Look how it shows. This discussion just supports it so much. Wait, I'm going to show you this. Let me read it. Discussion as of 3:33 a.m. Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. So this was later at night yesterday. And it's pretty unusual for this to happen because they usually don't do this. But let me read it. Discussion. Medium range models continue to show a powerful mid to upper trough ejecting into the central U.S. by late Tuesday into Wednesday. A deep cyclone is currently progged by the most ensemble members to move from the central Great Plains into the Great Lakes vicinity. Preceding this upper trough, an antecedent recharging of steep lapse rates associated with an elevated mixed layer over the southern high plains is in forecast. So that means severe weather is probably likely in the high plains. A few days of air mass modification, both in terms of ambient temperature and moistening, over the Gulf Basin will occur in wake of frontal passage on Saturday. Northern moisture return beneath the aforementioned EML will probably result in a substantial warm sector by late afternoon, Tuesday until Wednesday, farther east. Huge words. Substantial warm sector by late afternoon, Tuesday until Wednesday, further east. So they're like forecasting a huge warmth for Wednesday and Thursday. Model run-to-run continuity is such that there is increased confidence in the introduction of 15% severe risk highlights with the expected eastward progression of the trough. Will defer the possibility of an additional area further east on Thursday, until confidence in details related to earlier days becomes more focused. That is the discussion. And I see these words. I see these words that ambient temperature, substantial warm sector by late afternoon, further east. Run to run, increased confidence, introduction 15% severe risk. Additional area further east possible. This spells trouble. I'm telling you, this is going to be a powerful storm. This is going to be a powerful storm. I'm going to tell you that. But even though the models have been weakening this a little bit down, SPC has caught on to this 100%. So what we see, day 6, main cities in this severe weather area: Chicago, Tulsa, Oklahoma, St. Louis, Missouri, Little Rock, Arkansas, Aurora, Illinois. So this huge severe weather area from the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, into Illinois, into Chicago. This tells me that this is going to be a huge storm, a truly huge arm of severe weather with this. Day 7, this gets even more impressive. This goes into Indianapolis, Springfield, Cincinnati, Louisville, Evansville, Bowling Green, Nashville, Jackson, Chattanooga, Atlanta, Birmingham, Greenville, Jackson, Little Rock, Memphis, Jefferson. Yeah, there's a lot of areas in here. Like Missouri, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way up to Indiana, Ohio. This is going a lot farther up north than what we had. So that's the severe weather risk for day 7. If you see a day 7, 15%, this tells me there's going to be an outbreak of severe weather. And then day 8, predictability too low. But I think in the mid-Atlantic, mid-south, not northeast, but mid-Atlantic and mid-south. So I think what's going to happen, there's going to be an area of 15% chance tomorrow. I really do think that. I think it's going to be from something like Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Scranton, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, Richmond, Virginia Beach, Roanoke, Raleigh, Charlotte, Wilmington, all the way down to Charleston, Columbia, Chattanooga again. I think there's going to be a huge day 7 risk tomorrow. And we're going to update you if that happens either tonight or tomorrow. If this happens, we're going to have to start getting ready for this. We're going to have to get ready for this heck of an event. So this just doesn't look good by the SPC wording with an additional area further east on Thursday possible. This spells trouble. But of course, we will stay up to date on the SPC products. Huge concern for next week. But that's gonna be all for this video today. I'll see you guys in the next one. I think tomorrow we're gonna be likely on. Saturday probably, not Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so pretty much every single day except Sunday. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to watch this because it's just not looking good. But I'll see you guys in the next video or short or whatever. You hear me? I'll stay up to date if there's a day 7 risk or even a day 8 risk, which should be really bad. We'll stay up to date with the risk areas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.